Thanks for coming. I thought, that's kind of what you want to get when you play a non-D1 team. We played two of those games, kind of offset when we have to go and play a guarantee game against a really big team. So I thought our kids did a good job. We really wanted to learn from the William Jewell game and play the way we want to play, which is with a lot of intensity, play hard, play aggressive in transition on offense. I thought we really did that, really for 40 minutes, which is incredibly tough to do in those games. So I was proud of our team because I thought we got better today. And we got a lot of people playing a lot of minutes. Everyone got double-digit minutes. We spread out our rebounding. I thought we rebounded a lot better in the second half. And, I don't care who you're playing against when you have 33 assists and 9 turnovers. That's good unselfish basketball. So I was really happy to see that. I thought our two 4-year kids that we kind of have thought of going to be a major part of this program are starting to come around, get comfortable. Olivia Braun and Morgan Bloomer. Our freshmen got in and looked good. And our returning veterans, did what we wanted them to do. So overall, I think that it was a success. Now we've got a really tough 5 or 6 game stretch here, a lot of road games. I think we just have one more home game mixed into those, and that's against Northern Illinois, which will be a tough game. And it starts with Milwaukee, who was an NIT team last year and returns 4 out of 5 starters, so it's going to get a little more difficult.
Coach, talking with Taylor Hanneman, she said that one of the negatives that they took away from this was rebounding. Is that something you guys feel like you need to improve on?
Who's Taylor Hanneman? Yeah, I thought the first half we did not rebound well out of our zone, and I think that's kind of what Taylor was alluding to. I think we had 10 defensive boards or 8 offensive boards or something to that effect, where it was almost a 50-50 ball. And I told him we should be 2-1 on our defensive rebounds. And we weren't really getting to weak side and weren't chasing the ball out of our area very well. But I thought second half we did a much better job, really on both ends, offensively and defensively. They only got a couple offensive rebounds in the second half. And, to out-rebound a team by I think it was tied at half. We out-rebound by 17 in the second half, and that's with a big turnover difference. So I thought we really picked it up, and rebounding is going to be huge for us. So that, like Taylor said, every day practice, every drill needs to be a rebounding drill, and we're kind of always going to be on about that. So I'll probably always think that rebounding is a little bit of a negative because we're never really going to be satisfied.
That defense to offense is something you said you thought would be a strength, something you really wanted to do, and again tonight, able to do that, turn those turnovers into points at the other end, whether it's a layup, getting them beaten in back, or getting into the half court and getting a good shot as well.
Yeah, we want to play a ton in transition. Anytime we can get a live ball turnover, that gives us a good opportunity to get into that. And I do think our zone's going to hopefully create a lot of turnovers, a lot of live ball turnovers. We may give up some easy shots out of it, some corner threes, I'm getting to the basket and dump passes, but we're kind of trying to use our strengths. We're long, we're pretty intelligent, we fly around pretty well. Like Emily said, we've got good instincts. So, and like you mentioned, I think that zone looks like you're playing a lot of different zones because it's really versatile. It can really change. You can adjust to what they're doing. We may guard one thing one way the first time, and just because they communicate, make a different decision, it could be a different way the second time. And I think that'll be hard for teams to adjust to, hopefully.
Emily, that facilitator you wanted to see, and still aggressive though, getting her shot as well. Is that something that you're going to really stress to her? Is pass first, and then maybe if something's there, go for it, or is?
I really try not to talk to the kids much about those type of roles, and I know that's kind of not normal for a coach, just because it seems like, if you talk to a kid about facilitating, then they're not looking for their shot. And if you talk to them about being a little more aggressive and shooting, then they may force something. And Emily's just a really good basketball player. She's a really good point guard, and she's going to make all the right plays most of the time. I know she felt like she had a bad game at William Penn. Next day she was in the gym for like 3 or 4 hours in the morning, working on ball handling, working on her shot. So really with Emily and in general, I try not to give the kids too much guidance on that. Every once in a while, I'll show them some kickouts or some dump passes that may be a little bit more open, but we just want Emily to play basketball. And some days that may be score 22 and have 4 assists, and some days that may be score 10 and have 12 assists. But we kind of trust Emily to understand that role and just make the decision that play needs you to make.
I know you mentioned that you'd like to see Taylor get a little bit more Hanneman, get a little bit more consistent in the preseason. You were hoping that you do that. tonight, a night like tonight, that's something you think, I mean, she's not gonna score 27 tonight, but is that something you'd like to see from her being that, for that big scorer off the bench?
Taylor can definitely score it. And, tonight I thought the big thing about Taylor is when she takes good shots, she's going to score a high percentage. She's going to be efficient like she was tonight. I thought she was that way against William Penn, too. So I think she can consistently be, a 20-plus scorer, whether that's off the bench in the starting lineup. That isn't really important to her. Big thing is she's gotten better defensively. And I think the zones helped her. Us playing a little more aggressive has helped her. One thing I noticed about Taylor, we noticed in practice, about 3 weeks ago, was, boy, Taylor can really rebound. And we never really noticed that about her. I don't know if she made an effort and got better at it or we just didn't really notice it, but we quit putting her at safety a lot. And you can see tonight she had 6 rebounds, and she really times the ball and goes up and gets it well. So I think she's improved all her aspects of her game. When she plays within herself offensively, I think she can be, a really good player for our program.
Coach, just touch a little bit on your freshmen. You got all of them being able to play a good amount of minutes today. Started Kaufman, and they all looked very well for their first time playing in a regular season Division I basketball game.
Yeah, and I think that really, as bad as it felt to lose an exhibition game to a non-D1 team, and I think maybe the girls and the coaching staff was maybe a touch embarrassed, not to take anything away from William Jewell because they played great, but I think having those exhibition games that both felt like real games really helped. It helped all our kids, helped our 4-year transfers, our veterans, and then our freshmen. It was nice to see Olivia Kaufman. She had a really high scoring game. I scored well both exhibition games, really, and then came in today, and she was 3 for 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So she didn't miss a shot. 3 assists on 1 turnover. So it's nice to see it. She doesn't have to be the kid that's going to go out and score 18 to still have a solid game for us. And I thought Sam Pryor came in, same thing. Sam, I've said, reminds me a lot of Sophie Reichout. She's got a good aggressive mentality. She can shoot it from the outside. She can attack the basket a little bit. She made a couple really good plays, some good offensive movement, and she really communicates. So I was happy with her play. And I thought she rebounded well, 5 rebounds in 16 minutes. And then Andy Pierce, she's just a really super fundamental kid. I mean, she had 4 assists and no turnovers in the game, and she's a really good shooter. Her shots will definitely come around. Right now Andy's just got to get more aggressive with her mentality, with her communication. But all 3 of those kids are going to be nice players for us.
Do you like how Braun and Bloomer how they played today?
Yeah, I thought they just looked like different kids. They looked more comfortable. They looked like the kids we expected and we've seen in practice. They looked a little deer in the headlights at the exhibition games, and I really expected that. They hadn't played in a college game in 3 years, at least significant minutes. So it normally takes those kids a little bit of time to kind of get used to that, and it was nice to see them just looking like they normally would. I mean, Liv was just flying down the court. She made a couple nice passes, some good finishes. Mo was posting up, scoring around the basket, knocked down that first 3, and she'll be a really good shooter for us. She had 3 assists on 0 turnovers as well. So it's nice to see kids like that'll get comfortable because we're really going to need them moving forward.
I think it went well. We tried to keep our intensity the whole game, and our defense really picked up, and I think it's good momentum going into Sunday.
I know Coach said that he really thought you guys had much more size this year, but he thought it would really be more impactful on the defensive end. Is that what you guys kind of thought tonight, that the size really kind of flustered them out of those zone looks that you threw at them?
I think so, but I think also we've been learning and working on playing bigger than we actually are and using more of our athleticism and our length to get stops and working on pushing the defense out or pushing the offense out while we're on defense. I think that's really helping us.
Is there any type of negatives that you guys can take out of a thoroughly dominant win like this?
We definitely need to work on our rebounding. I think at every practice we go into, every drill is a rebounding drill. So something along with our size that we're kind of going to struggle with throughout our entire season is just rebounding in general.
I know Coach also said he wanted to use defense in a way to create offense. I know you guys, I don't know what you ended up finishing with, but you were close to probably 40 points off the turnovers. Was getting out and running is kind of a point of emphasis tonight and turning defense into offense?
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge for us this year, just getting some transition baskets and using our quickness to get ahead and get some transition baskets. And I think just getting out and running and trying to outrun our opponent and be in good shape throughout the game. And I think that plays into playing in a deep bench, too. We can keep people fresh, and I think that's going to help us as well.
Just touch a little bit on on all the freshmen that played today, even though it's one game, but they all seem to really play very well for the first time out into Division I basketball.
I think they all did really well. I think it was kind of nice to have more of a game where we had a big lead so that they could play more relaxed instead of being worried. You know, they could play relaxed and they could play their game, and I think that was good because it'll carry into the next games and the bigger games.
Taylor, a season ago, it just seemed like this team, there was always that third or fourth scorer who just kind of came off the bench and really kind of ignited the offense. Is that something that you think might be your role this year, where you might be that person off the bench that just gives this team points, instant offense?
You know, whatever I need to be on the team, I'm excited to be. Thankfully, and God willing, I've been able to come off the bench and just been able to give some fresh legs to whoever's out there. And I think that more importantly, I think we share the ball really well, and our unselfishness on the court really does give me open looks to drive and to just have some open threes. So,
Say 33 assists to 9 turnovers is a pretty good ratio. Obviously, you take care of the ball, you share it well, but you guys are also finishing as well. It's not that pass to an open shooter, it's that second pass to someone closer to the basket you were really hitting on tonight.
Yeah, I think just getting those open looks and, like Taylor said, being unselfish, making that extra pass, passing up a good shot for a better shot. And I think it's really helped us in practice going against the Gray squad, and we're not timid against those guys. At first we were a little bit, but not anymore. And I think that's really transitioned into the game. You know, we go against those guys in practice, and so we're not afraid to take it into the bigs down low.
How big is your guys' bench going to be a factor for the success you guys had this year?
It's gonna, I'll take it. It's gonna be huge. You know, we have some girls playing a lot of minutes, and just having those people that can come in and give us a spark off the bench. And like you said, our freshmen, they've proved, and that's huge. You know, a lot of teams, freshmen aren't comfortable right away, and our three have proved to be comfortable and, you know, be reliable, and they can score, they can rebound, and they're also unselfish on the court too. So that's really gonna help us, especially in the long stretch of the season.
How many zone defensive looks did you guys play tonight? Because it seemed like every 3 or 4 times down, you were giving them a different look.
We were actually playing the same zone. It's like kind of a matchup zone, so it is kind of confusing to other teams, and that's the point. So it's supposed to make it so that they can't really run their offense. You know, their offense was to try to get middle drives, and we cut those off and we'd be in the gap. So it's hard for them to get in their flow because we are running around in different spots on defense. So that's kind of the point of what if we're running it correctly and flying around like we do, that's the point of it.
I think you just made Minner's night.
A lot of it's instinctive. You know, we're still learning it too, and I think just trying to play with instincts and getting passing lanes as well, and that'll come once we practice it more and more.